justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Deb?
Nelson,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
Rexrico,
Yes.
Goodchild,
Yes.
Wick.
Yes.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I'd like to welcome everyone in our chamber today, and particularly the people that are watching over television, for joining our meeting. And so we're going to move right on. Today we've got a hearing, and it's the airport hangar lease. At its September 4th, 2018 meeting, the council set as the date and time to hear public comment regarding an airport lease, hangar lease with C&K Farms 2 LLC. It was Krista Rocher and Pat Killen. Attached is the lease. I assume that you've had an opportunity to read that, council. At this time, I'm going to open the hearing and ask if there's any written or oral objections to this hearing. I'll ask once again if there's any written or oral objections or comments to this lease. Hearing none, I'm going to close the hearing at this time.
Motion approving the airport hangar lease with C&K Farms 2 LLC.
Second?
Second.
Been made and second, motion second, to motion approving the airport hangar lease with C&K Farms LLC. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next one is general discussion. And before we get into the general discussion, I want to share with everyone that I've been asked by people on 6th Avenue Southeast to share a opinion in regard to the problem they're having in that area. The letter was not signed, so cannot reveal that. We don't know where it came from. But at the same time, in all respect to you people that are on that street, this particular situation has been handled. It's been addressed and been handled, and they've got till September 20th to take care of it. Thank you. Moving on to the general discussion on, the first one is Franklin Energy Update, and Steve DeVos, I believe you're here. Would you share with us the update on the energy?
Good afternoon, thanks for having me. About 3.5 to 4 years ago, the city of Lamar's participated in a program called City Energy Management Program, which was funded by the Department of Energy through the Iowa Economic Development Authority. Since that time, Franklin Energy, in conjunction with the Iowa Economic Development Authority, and some Mid-American Energy partners as well, completed energy assessments at many of the city-owned buildings. That started in 2015. There were several projects identified from that, from an energy efficiency standpoint, with the ultimate goal in reducing energy consumption for city-owned buildings. The purpose of my presentation today is to kind of talk about everything that was identified. A lot of the projects were in front of the City Council for approval, and I just wanted to give you an update on everything that has been done since then, since 2015. There's been several projects, and I think do all the members have a copy in front of you, so I'll just kind of visit some of those things. In the last 3.5 years, the city of Lamar's has spent over $300,000 in projects related to energy efficiency. I don't have a note as to how many of those dollars stayed local and were completed by local contractors. I wish I did. I don't have that available right now, but that resulted in over nearly almost $36,000 a year in energy savings. And you've received over $100,000 in rebates from Mid-American Energy. So ultimately, about a 5-year payback, a little over a 5-year payback on all those projects, which is very significant. that program had 19 communities participate throughout the state of Iowa. And I will single out Lamar's as probably being one of those that were very progressive, really took the bull by the horns and really owned it via your energy team that you assembled here as well. Some environmental impacts, you know, one always looks at first glance the savings and the ROI, but there are some environmental impacts as well. And I did highlight some of those on the sheet that you have in front of you. Equivalent to CO2 gases of 95 cars a year, 155 tons of waste recycled versus landfill, which is the equivalent of all the energy you saved in the last year. It's also equivalent to the CO2 gases of over 18,000 propane tanks that are used to grill. Over 11,000 tree seedlings planted over 10 years. 3.6 acres of forest preserved versus changed to crops. And so I just wanted to kind of present some of the results and accomplishments that the city of Lamar's has undertaken in that last 3.5 years. What are some of the next steps? You know, obviously we as the energy team meet on a quarterly basis, and the last seat meeting that we had, we talked about potentially revising the energy plan which was drafted. And the reason for that would be that plan was drafted for the city of Lamar's about 3.5 years ago, and nearly everything on it's been accomplished and completed already. That's pretty remarkable. So my suggestion would be to update that for the next, 4 or 5 year cycle. When we completed assessments of all the buildings, not all projects were completed for a variety of reasons, cost, ROI, not in the budget, that sort of thing. And so you've got another sheet here, which is just kind of a short list of those projects that were identified that have not yet been completed. We'll probably talk about some of those and kind of roll some of those into a new energy plan upon the energy team's approval, and we'll meet on that again in November. But congratulations on all the work that you've done over the last 3.5 years. It's pretty remarkable. Questions?
Any questions for Steve? Steve, it looks like to me you done a tremendous job as far as the leadership role. Yes. Saving us money, the accomplishments of what's taken place over the last 3 years. We're an awful proud town.
Yeah.
So we're glad you're a part of it.
You should be.
And Franklin Energy has provided good leadership.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to the general discussion. Is there anyone in the chamber that would like to talk about general discussion? We ask you to stand up, state your name and address, and except you. Except you should.
Come on, give me 1 minute here. First of all, I want to thank the employers of this community. We've had a couple long weeks in the fire department again with rescue calls, some entrapments, and some issues where we've taken people away from work for multiple hours. And those paid on-call people, the employers allowing them to do that, we would struggle. But we have great support in this community, which is a good thing. So first and foremost, I want to thank people that are letting their people leave work continually for some of these extended calls. The other thing was, I just want to remind the public, we put it out, but October 7th is our pancake breakfast to kick off Fire Prevention Week from 8 to noon at Station 1. That's a free will offering, so come down and have some pancakes on October 7th from 8 to noon. We do that to kick off Fire Prevention Week. As I said, it's kind of Fire Prevention Month. Actually, we started talks yesterday, so it's a couple of months worth of talks to the school-age children and some adult groups. So I want to welcome everybody and have them come down, see their equipment, meet some of their firefighters. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate those comments. I certainly, as mayor, recognize our employers that do let those employees help protect this the city of Lamar's. It's a huge thing for us. It really is. Okay, moving on. Is there any other discussion or general discussion? If not, we'll move on to thumbs up or what, John?
Nothing.
Okay.
one, out at the golf course, anytime that Brian needs help is getting cart path extended or cart paths laid or anything like that, improvements to making the golf course better, we've got a pretty good core of volunteers that step up and help him. And I don't wanna eliminate or omit any names, so I'm not gonna say that, but anytime he needs help, Brian always felt very comfortable and with the crew that he gets to help him with that. He just put in a great little roundabout on the green course to help with the bike riders and the carts that are coming along and that. So thumbs up to them.
I second that 100%, that's real true, great people. Rex?
Well, I was gonna just piggyback on what Dave said, not only the employers, but we got the employees. We've got those first responders that are still volunteers, and yeah, we give them a token, if you wanna call it that, on a stipend for their time. They're on call, they respond. And then if you wanna go further, we've got a tremendous town, whether it's related to schools, related to hospital, or whatever. We got numerous volunteers in this community, and that's what makes the community strong.
It's called teamwork.
Yeah.
Ken, do you have anything on Thumbs Up Award?
Thumbs up to the ambulance for hauling my sorry butt around.
Do they have quite a time loading it?
Well, it got me where it needed to go. That was an important thing, and I appreciate it. I'm
Good.
sure other people in the community do as well.
Good luck to you, Ken.
Thanks.
Okay, I've got one, it's called the Citizens Police Academy, that has been put on by our police department. They started this Citizens Police Academy 8 weeks ago, and Kevin come up and helped me out here, but, I think there was, if I remember right, around 16, individuals that.
Correct, Mayor. We had
applied for-
16, I call them citizen cadets.
Or citizens.
It was a 4-week program, 8 sessions long. So these folks invested about 30 hours into the program. I can't name all 16. I'll probably forget one. But I would like to thank them for the time they invested in us. We had a fun time. I think each of them at the end said they wished it would go on a little bit longer, which was surprising to me. I thought they were sick of us. But it was great for the community. I do want to thank Assistant Chief Jay King. He put the outline together, the program together, and did a fantastic job of presenting this academy to the students. Just real briefly on the academy, it was just to get individuals from the community to come in and see what we do on a day-to-day basis. In a nutshell, that's what it is. And everybody had a good time. We did, and the citizens did too.
I want to compliment you and Jay for organizing it, putting it on. I gotta be honest with you, I've heard nothing but good news.
Great.
And some of the comments was, I had no idea that our police force is working like they do. The first thought is they're just driving around town trying to pick somebody up and get them for speeding. But they really had their eyes opened up, and from a lot of the citizens that came to me personally anyway, and shared that they really enjoyed that program.
Great. We're looking forward to doing maybe one a year. We'll see what the timetable brings us this year. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hey, Kevin, one thing, I did hear one negative comment, and it was from somebody rural that had applied and said they couldn't because they're not a resident of Lamar. I would really challenge that thinking in the future on your part, but that's your business.
Yeah, part of the issue, Clark, is we had way more people apply that we could fit in the classroom.
Okay.
So we have that list of people yet, and they're gonna be at the top of the list when we do our next class.
Sure, okay. I mean, it wasn't even a negative, it was kind of a disappointing, they were disappointed that they couldn't.
No, they are eligible if they have, something to do with Lamar's, they work in Lamar.
Oh, they
have
do,
kids.
I mean, yeah.
It just maybe because we had to narrow it down. I think we had, close to 30 applicants, and we had to cut it in half.
Absolutely, and I get that, but I'm just merely saying, we've reached out to the county for, our Historical Preservation Commission has a couple members that are not citizens of Lamar's. There's a couple other areas that I thought, but I get it, you can prioritize, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, they're at the top of the list for the
You
next
move
one.
citizens first, or, residents first,
Right.
but, I'd encourage you to look at them, that's for sure, so.
We will.
All right, thanks.
Thanks again.
Thanks. Thank you.
Moving on to the consent items. All items listed on the consent agenda Be enacted by one motion. Be no separate discussion on these items unless a request is made prior to the time the council votes on the motion. Today we have 7 of them. Approval of the September 4th, 2018 regular meeting minutes. List of bills for the period ending 9/14/18. Number 3 is August 2018 monthly financial report. Number 4 is a renewal of the liquor license at Rumors. Number 5 is surplus property. Number 6 is urban revitalization tax exemption request. And number 7 is the annual street finance report. Is there anyone that wants to pull any of these before we vote from the council? Hearing none?
It should be noted that the urban revitalization tax exemption is either 75 if it's a home, or the full 100% if it's for 7-year property if it's a park.
Thank you.
So they're gonna be on the same list on a going forward basis, so that's why you see one that's a pretty big number on there.
Thank you very
So,
much.
motion to approve consent 1 through 7.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion to approve 1 through 7. All those in favor say aye.
Need a roll call, Mayor.
Oh, excuse me, I need a roll call on that, yeah.
Nelson,
Yes.
Recklinko,
Yes.
Goodchild.
Yes.
Knapp,
Yep.
Wick.
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, moving on to the action items. Just a minute, bear with me. First one is the Prairieview Addition. Improvement plans for Prairieview Addition have been prepared by Schofield Engineering. Per the development agreement approved by the council on August 15, 2017, the city will install the water main, sanitary sewer main, and storm sewer. As lots are sold, Vision Builders will reimburse 50% of the city cost per lot. The administration is recommending approval of the proceed. The first one is a public hearing on October 2nd of 2018. Then on October 23rd, 2018 at 10 a.m. is the bid letting, and the award of the bids is on November 6th, 2018. Any questions?
Make a motion to establish October 2, 2018 at 12 p.m. for a public hearing on plan specifications, form of contract, and estimate of cost for Prairieview Addition city utilities, and to establish October 23, 2018 at 10 a.m. to receive and open bids with said bids to be considered at the November 6, 2018 council meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second to establish October 2nd, 2018 at 12 p.m. for the public hearing on plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the Prairieview Addition city utilities, and to establish October 23rd, 2018 at 10 a.m. to receive and open bids with said bids to be considered at the November 6th, 2018 council meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Just to comment on that,
Yeah.
it's, there is no start date or end date listed there because it's still undetermined. Originally, the developer would have liked to see it done this fall, but they're kind of reevaluating whether or not they're going to start this fall. They may just be a spring.
Okay, which makes sense. Okay, moving on to the number 2, which is the Iowa Federal Recreation Trails Program funding. The Plywood Trail Foundation has presented the City of Lamar's an opportunity to apply for funding on stage 1 of the Plywood Trail. As the contract authority for the construction of stage 1, the City of Lamar's must be an applicant. Stage 1 consists of the south edge of Lamar's to the north edge of Merrill. South edge of Lamar's to the north edge of Merrill. The application is due October 1st, 2018 to the IDOT with award around the end of the year. Funding is available at an 80-20 split. Attached is an overall map showing the stage 1, in addition to a breakdown of stage one probable cost. If funding is approved through this application, it would not cover the entire cost of the stage one. And today we have with us Leslie and Brian with the McClure and Leslie with the Wells. Would you share with us a little bit about this program, where we're at?
Brian Doherty with McClure Engineering. This grant is the federal grant that is administered through the Iowa DOT. They get $1.35 million each year to pool together and decide what they're gonna fund. And so this would just be one of the grants that they will apply for. There's also a state level grant and there's some other grants that we're gonna look into. So 1.35 million is not gonna go to one project. They're gonna split it. There's far too many other communities who are also looking for it. However, this is an area of the state that the Iowa DOT wants to see more trails. So we have a really good shot if we can get this application in. And it's really the first section to get Plywood Trail going. And we kind of feel like if we get this section going, the other sections will start getting more funding coming in. It shows that for this section, the probable cost is $2.735 million. And the line that we show can vary depending on how much money we have. We would like to see it get into Merrill, at least to a trailhead, so you're going from a trailhead to a trailhead. But we'll have to see what kind of finances are out there for us to get the trail all the way down to Merrill. And that might be working with Merrill as well. All this is today is it's for us to put in for the grant